A couple of weeks ago, I accidentally happened to have a session with a narcissist, and it was a very shocking session because in that call, the narcissist revealed to me how he thinks when devaluing and idealizing his supply. It was a male narcissist, and he wanted to know if he could leave his wife on the basis of something she had done in the past. And I was very open, very blunt, and very open about how he is putting her down in his mind when in reality she has been nothing but faithful to him. To understand this better, let's watch a small video clip, then I'll give you full context and help you understand why a narcissist's perceptions are delusional, give you proof for it, and why you should not trust anything they say about you. A shocking confession made by a narcissist in a session that I accidentally had with them revealed what a narcissist feels when they are devaluing and idolizing you. So a narcissist recently told me, when I'm away from my supply, my partner, I start missing them. I start thinking about all the good things they have ever done to me, and then I want to get back to them. But when I am there with them, I just start hating them. I just remember all the bad things, all the flaws, all the mistakes they have made in the past, and I feel like I deserve better than this. And this is what I told this person, this narcissist. I told him that you are idealizing your partner because you don't want to lose control. Not that you are thinking about all the good things. You just want to have them in your life, but you can't stand them. They are not perfect, so you have to point out flaws, and that is how you bring them down. Hi, I am Danish, a narcissistic abuse recovery professional. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you have not subscribed already, please make sure to subscribe before we begin, because as I always say and request, your subscription to the channel may help in spreading awareness about narcissistic abuse. The small video clip that you just watched might have confused you, because in that video clip I go on saying the person, the narcissist, idealized the victim when away from her, but when with her he started devaluing her. In other words, when away he used to remember all the good things, almost have a euphoric recall, but then when with her he would remember all her flaws. Doesn't that look quite similar to what a person does when trauma bonded to a narcissist? When the distance increases, you start missing them. You start remembering all the nice memories, but when you are with them, you get to experience the abuse and you remember all the bad things, and that is how you stay stuck in the chaos and in that inner conflict. There is a stark resemblance between the two scenarios, but there is a major difference between the two because of the context. This person came to me saying that he feels he's a narcissist, and I always take that with a pinch of salt, because most survivors have been programmed into thinking and believing that they are the narcissistic person, and we say, oh, if somebody asks this question, that means they're not one. But it's evidence-based now for me that there are some individuals, very rare, who come and book a session, and then it's not like they doubt, they have already done their research, they're convinced they are one. And then I ask them, why do you think you are a narcissist? They give me the entire history, each trait, and I counter question until it becomes very clear if the person that I am talking to is a narcissist or not. In 99.99% cases, it's not a narcissist, it's a victim who is extremely doubtful and who is worried about them being a bad person. But in the 0.01% of a chance, you end up seeing a narcissist, and that is what happened this time. Upon analysis, counter-analysis, and being really logical and seeing things objectively, after 40 minutes of discussion, I told him, yes, you have high trait narcissism. It's very clear based on how you have treated people in the past and so on. That being said and done, then he told me the story about his current relationship and why he wanted to leave her. He told me he wanted to leave her because of her past and the relationships she had had with other men. 4 relationships he mentioned, not all at once, but at different times with different people after a good long interval. I asked, what's wrong with that? He said, I cannot stand the fact that my wife has been used by many other people. Like used, he used the word used. And I was shocked, but I was not surprised. I asked him, like, why do you think that way? The discussion went on, and he said, I obsessively think about this all the time. It is a big betrayal to me. I cannot accept the fact that it was her past. It's disgusting. I'm with something bad, and I can get better than this. I can be with a better person. Why be with someone who has been used like a toy? This conversation was very agitating, to be honest, very triggering. I wanted to tell him off, but I didn't. I patiently listened. And finally, I told him, like, this is your narcissistic black and white thinking in manifestation. And no matter what you do, no matter where you go, I can assure you, guarantee you, that you're not going to find somebody better than her, because the problem is not with the person that you are with, it is with you. Presently, she is faithful when you have been abusive to her. He confessed to having intimacy problems, emotional, physical, and being disloyal to her, and she still is there giving him chances. I said, what better do you want? She should leave you, but you are thinking to replace her. It's a shame. If you truly want to understand things better, you should try to understand yourself why you are doing it. Ultimately, he reflected a little bit, not at a deeper level, but he said, oh, when I am away from her, I start thinking about good things. When I'm thinking about leaving her and so on, I remember all the things she has done for me, and then I don't feel like leaving her. But when I'm back, the same thing gets triggered again. I told him, when you're away, it's not that you miss her, it's that you do not want to lose control. So your brain, narcissistic brain, starts idealizing her, since she is your current primary supply. But when you are with her, she is a reminder of your failure, because you're personalizing her past, and your false self sees her as an extension. See how deep this is, how deep the projection and the transference is, that you don't see her for a person, a separate individuality. You see her someone being associated to you. I made it very clear to him that his perception of her was inconsistent, unrealistic, unreliable, and could change at any moment. And he was led by his emotions, his temptations, and his sensations, not by rational thought and reality. He kind of listened to that, but probably he wanted me to tell him, yes, you should leave him. And then he said, if I don't find this marriage fulfilling in future, if I feel like I'm still struggling this way, isn't it better for both of us to separate? I said, yes, of course, yes. If you feel like you're stuck and you are causing her harm and you cannot improve, then you should. So that is how this whole thing ended, and that was the context for that small video clip. The shocking thing that was revealed during this conversation was the fact that a narcissist's perceptions are unreliable and based on delusions they create for themselves. No matter what you do for them, you will never be enough. They will always think about the mistakes you have made, but will never take a step back and think how they're treating you and how wrongly they are thinking about you. It's always about them. They see you as an extension. It's all about how you look on them. You're a trophy wife, you're a trophy husband, you're a trophy child. You should look good. If you have made a mistake, it won't be forgiven or forgotten. It will be magnified, and you will be tortured and punished for it. That is my conclusion that I drew, and that is what stands true for most cases of narcissistic relationships. What did you conclude from what I shared with you? Drop your comments in the comment section below and help other survivors feel connected. With that, let's bring this strange episode to an end. I look forward to talking to you in the next one. Until then, as always, let the healing begin and continue.